Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 17 here on the Pacific Inlet logging map. So, what are we going to do today? The plan is, as I discussed briefly in yesterday's episode, if I just come over here. There we go. Right, what I want to do is I want to get in the forestry equipment, the drag thing over here. Where is it? Now, I did consider trying that one there, but I'm not sure about that. We might try it later, but I want this one. I want this winch. Although, we can actually do both. We could afford to test this one and see what it's like. I still don't want to. I'm worried that it can transport tree logs. Whereas this one here, this is a beauty, this is. We go with what we know. Let's go with what we know for now. We'll always have a look at that other one a bit later on. And we can test it out and see what it's like. So right now, we've got that one. Let me climb out of there. That one right there, which will go absolutely wonderfully with our Valtra that we've got here. Very old Valtra, I might add. So there we go. We'll bring that one back round like that. And back it up here. So we've got this winch. Now, I need to be using this one properly, I've been told. I was told that I was using this one completely wrong, which is fine. I understand, and I actually quite like this. I like this as a setup. This is looking pretty good. Right, let's get into those trees. There are 3 or 4 more of the deciduous trees that I wanted to cut down, so that we've cleared them all, and I think we'll work on those first. If we can move those out of the woods first, then we can always come back and we can have a go with some of the others later. But yeah, I reckon getting those out of the way first is the best option that we can go with. So I'm going to come round here and bring that one up to about there, and I'm going to stop there a minute, shut you down. And now we're going to come back over here. So we've got this tree right here. This is going to be our first one. We'll take this one down and then we'll drag it back over towards the sawmill. And we will do our slicing and dicing from back there. I'll cut you off. We are going to be left with the wedge. And, I mean, yeah, it's only like a couple of dollars. I mean, these days, a couple of dollars is a significant difference for us. It is a significant amount of money for us. Nevertheless, I'm losing it. I'm chucking it in there. And what I want to do now is I'm bringing this one over here. So I think, what did I do? I press B. Was it B? Was it O? O goes up there. That's the trailer attachment. You can put a trailer onto there. So you put that one down and then you can hook a trailer right onto it. And then we want to come over to here, and it's not that. We've got to press B to join this one on as well. There we go. Now, as I understand it, what I'm supposed to do now is I come in here, I start up the tractor, and I start this one up. And you can lower it. So I'm supposed to lower that one down to the ground like that. Then I start winching. I press Z to start winching. And we can winch it faster by pressing shift. So we can just speed this along a little bit. Like that. And that's hauling it back towards me. It is coming out round the trees. But what I'm supposed to do, the reason I'm supposed to do this is it's supposed to go right up against that board on there. That's right up against the base of it, like that. Then, I'm supposed to lift like that. And that is supposed to lift it up slightly so that I'm not like dragging it by the chain. The chain is not supposed to be doing the work. It's supposed to be wedged against the baseboard on there. And that's supposed to be doing a big chunk of the job, which it now actually seems to be doing. I hope I got this right. I hope I'm doing this correctly. I mean, and I am going quite fast along here. I'm probably not supposed to be going this fast. And if I wasn't using keyboard steering, it would probably be a bit easier as well. It was asked last week also in the comments. I did answer the question, but I will tell you now. Why am I using the keyboard steering instead of using my usual steering wheel? In part because I do actually enjoy the challenge, but also because I do get a bit of... There we go, we put shift on that one and we move it. And we haul that one. I'm just going to move this one over here so it's out of the way a minute. Stop you there. No, I sort of have It's like a mild case of what's known as hypermobility, where I've got to like move my joints more than normal. And so I'm constantly in my computer chair. I'm constantly moving around, constantly leaning forward, moving back, in order to stay comfortable. And I've always had to do this. I've always had to adjust my seating position quite a lot on a very regular basis throughout the day in order to stay comfortable sitting in a seat. And the problem with my steering wheel is that it doesn't allow me to move around very much. And because of the amount of time that I have to spend recording the other series, as well as recording the time-lapse series, that's a lot of time sat in my seat. And with the steering wheel, I'm not really able to move my position very much at all, as I'm very, very limited on the amount that I can move my position while I'm sat in a seat doing anything with that. And for that reason, I'm trying to do this series without using the steering wheel. Without using the steering wheel. By doing it all with the keyboard steering. Yes, it does. It probably is going to be slightly frustrating for you to watch. I didn't actually sort of mention this because I didn't really think it was worth mentioning when I decided to cut back on the amount of Farming Simulator I was doing, but this was actually one of the factors, and it played into it quite a bit as to why I did cut back on the amount of Farming Simulator that I was doing. And so I figure I'll let you all know now that I do have this sort of this thing. It's nothing major. It's hypermobility is not like a major problem. Some people have it and it causes them a lot of problems. Other people, it's just kind of more of a minor thing. One thing you'll notice is that in school, some people, their fingers, their hands tend to cramp up quite easily when they're writing compared to others. And that is actually caused by hypermobility. That is one of the things. And I used to get terrible cramping in my hand. I used to hate writing mainly because it would hurt. Writing was a painful experience for me for the most part, because it wouldn't take very much writing at all before my hand was cramping painfully and I couldn't keep writing. And I've since found out, since leaving school, I found, if you tried telling someone that back when I was in school, you just get laughed at and told, stop being so stupid and get on with what you're doing. And it wasn't really like a thing at all. And you know what? I think we do actually need to cut these down a little bit in order to get more money from them. I think that cutting them does make a difference, especially now that we're hardly getting any money at all for these. So if I cut this one here, move over a little bit. But yeah, so that is one of the reasons that I actually cut back. So I'm going to be trying to do this series without using the steering wheel at all. If I can get away with not having to use the steering wheel, it is going to make for a, it's going to make better quality of life for me overall. It's going to make a difference. And so for that reason, I'm going to hopefully keep it like it is. There we go. And, I mean, if it gets to the point where using the steering wheel makes a huge difference to the quality of the video, then I will change around. But at the moment, I don't have any plans to do that. Chuck all of this in. Now, this one here, I'm hoping that because it's fairly straight, it's long-ish, we might get a bit more for that one. Let's see. 116. That's not a great deal. And this one here, what about you? It might still be too long. Chuck that one in. 43? Seriously, that last one, I only got 43 for that one. I think it was still too long. I needed to cut a little bit more off. That one there, I'm not going to get much. 19. This one here, that's too heavy. But that one, I'm hoping, because the last time we had the branch, it was longer. So I'm hoping that this one, we will actually get more money for it, because it's a shorter piece of timber. So we've got this nice short piece of sort of fairly stumpy timber. It should, in theory, give us a bit more cash. See, having them too long does also make a difference. Now, why is my... Oh, I was wondering why it wasn't working. I couldn't get my... It's because, yeah, like that. See, I need to actually have the the grab highlighted in order for my... I'm using my joystick. I can use that one just fine. But yeah, it wasn't actually operating the thing at all. Drop you in, and what do we get? 722! Okay, so the previous ones, because they were longer and then you had the curve on them, they penalised us, and there was a heavy penalty on that. So we got to be careful with this. We cannot have the pieces of timber we're throwing in too long. If there's too much of a curve on them too long, we're getting a very, very heavy penalty. So let's go and get our next tree. We'll go all the way back through here. And I am going to also bring up some of these here. I mean, where do we cut these off? I'm quite sure where it's classed as stump and where it's actual tree. I can get that one in there. We can get that one there a minute. And so if we back up this way, like that, I'll get it to... Actually, I want to go forward a little bit, I think. I want to sort of be about here, maybe, to haul it to the right place. So we'll just leave you running a second, because we're going to be running the chain out over this way. And bring you over. Kneel down here. And take down... next tree. So we've got, I think I said there was 5 over here altogether. Didn't I take down another one using the horse and cart? So take you down. Ooh, steady. Drop it on my head, whatever you do. You get the wedge, and that I'm just going to sling that into the lake. Right, I got one there, I got one there, and I got one there. So we got 3 more. We've got this one lying down here. You can actually get that with the scorpion if you want to, except that... yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to do that. I don't think doing that with the scorpion is going to be an option. So let's worry one thing at a time, shall we? Let's put you onto there. Hopefully that line will stay tensioned all the way through. It's not going to slip off the end or anything. And we got to put... nope, steady. Let's switch over to this one. We want to start that one up. Blade right down onto the ground like that. And then start hauling that winch inwards. I'm going to speed it up again, like I did last time. Bring that one round. That's dropping back into the... it's dropping back a long way into the lake. Fortunately, we got the blade wedged. It's stuck right down into the ground, so it should be able to haul it all the way back up through. And it's done a beautiful job. I reckon that would have dragged the tractor along if we hadn't had that wedged right down properly. Right. That's up as tight as it can go. So now we lift it a bit. There. And then we start driving. So we'll just leave that one exactly where it is. Actually, I do want to have it highlighted. So I'm just going to leave it like that. And I'm going to start going along the road over here. Oops. Getting stuck underneath that tree there wasn't quite part of the master plan. It also wasn't entirely bright. Let's go out this way. We want to stay in the middle here. Eventually, I will clear this entire little area of trees. But if we're going to be able to automate anything using something like a, like a tree harvester, we need to earn ourselves $360,000, which is really, it's going to make that tree harvester feel like a much... It's much more of an achievement to actually get that one than it was when we first started doing this. No longer being allowed to lease and having everything now that we've switched to hard mode, it's really... I feel like we're really earning everything now. This is going to make a huge difference. So let's just bring this one up and run along the tree here. I'm going to switch that one over like that. There we go. Bring you up through there. Chop all of that down, and I'll do another little run up through here like this. Where else can I go? Up there. Along that way. There we go. Another bit there, and we've got a little bit in there. So it's keeping everything. We've got to have straight lines. The straight lines make such a difference to the overall price that we get for any piece of timber that we chuck into that lake. There's only one piece that we actually need to pick up with our tractor. Everything else we can throw in by hand on these trees. Right. There's the bases done. Can I reach that bit? No, not really. Okay, we'll cut this one off here. So that one I want to cut off there, like that. There. And then we want to follow this line back here. And that one I want to get from this side. It's probably, yeah, go about there, I think. And that's cutting that one out. So that's going to be a reasonable piece of timber off of here now. I'm going to pull that one out. He says, not able to pull it out at all. Let's go to you. Just quickly clean that bit off. And, right, now, let's try picking this one up and moving it. I want to come around over here. And I'll drop you down there. And we'll investigate that one in a minute. And we'll see sort of where the best angle for cutting is. These smaller bits like this, I don't think it's worth messing around with these any further. We'll just take them up to here and sling them in. So let's grab you and throw you in there. That's just going to be a few dollars. 31. Now, we've got, I reckon if I cut this one about here, that's going to be the best point. That's going to get me the best amount of timber. So there's a little bit of a curve on there, but overall, that's not too bad. So what is that one going to give me? Check that in. 66. Not very much. This one, yeah, I don't think it's worth cutting this one up. It's another one of the small bits. In fact, the amount of time that it takes in order to cut those, I don't think it's worth bothering with them. This one here, I do think is going to be worth bothering with if I get it from the right angle, which is going to be that angle right there. So if I bring that down and like that, cut through. I think that's probably the best point right there. Take you off. And then I've got, right, so now we've got this is the big bit here. And we want to bring that down. Where are we going? We're sort of looking at that like that. I think we cut that one there. There's the ultimate point for cutting. Take you off. Ooh, right, that's left a bit. And I'm going to go up here and I'll cut that piece off there. So this little sort of the Y point, I don't think it matters. I honestly don't think that matters at all. I don't think it's going to make much difference to the price in any way. Because they're only like, they're the really small bits. They're the bits we don't need to concern ourselves with. So if I take that one off there and remove that piece. So we'll chuck in these bits that I don't think are going to matter. So we'll chuck that one in there. Well, we'll chuck it in a minute. And you there, another one that I don't think matters. Although, no, looking at that, no, it's not worth bothering with. Okay, sling that one. And you, sling your son. And then, right, now we've got that bit there. So this one here, this one's still got leaves on it. Let's see if that makes a difference. 18. Okay, it does actually make quite a significant difference. So this one here, we want to cut that one about there. That's probably the best point to cut this one. So that's going to leave us with just one straight piece there. That one straight piece there. Then I want to cut this one around here. I'm actually going to cut that just below that point there. I'm going to cut that through there. So I got that piece. And then this one here, that's going to come up and I think there. Cut that one again. Right, now the bit is that bit at the bottom. Should I cut that piece off or not? That's what I'm thinking. Because that's fairly straight. I mean, it's short, yeah. 194, that's more like it. That's what we should be aiming at. So, the straighter the better. Straight is actually better than longer, by the look of it. Leave that one in, that's 29. And then we've got this. So, you've got, like, this big kink piece on the end here. So, if I remove that bit there, and then I move further up, and I take this one off right there. I take that one off there. I think that's it now. I think then we can chuck these pieces in. So take that one there. That one's going to go in, and I can carry these bits. That one there I can carry up, and I can sling those up to there. And you. Chuck you up that way. And then there's this little short piece. And then we've got the big one there that we need the tractor to move. So that bit goes in, and that's $112 just for that piece. Then that one there is $83. This one here, I got high hopes for this one now. Last time, we didn't get very much at all for that piece. That's $196. This is more like it. So it is making a difference by cutting them into shorter lengths so that they're straighter. $185. And then that one there is too heavy. We did expect that. So we'll just grab our tractor here a minute. Start you up. And we'll bring this one back now. And we've got that one piece there that we want to put in. And this is, we're now pushing several $1,000s. We've also got a load of wood chips around. And we'll be able to get the wood chip thingy and use that one as well. That we did previously, and we'll be able to sell some wood chips. Now, we're not going to make the money that we made previously on the wood chips. I also don't appear to be able to pick this one up at all. But I'm hoping we'll be able to get something. Pick you up. Yep, there we go. Right, that's more like it. Bring you in around there. Look at this. I really like this. I like the 2 wheels and everything. I think this is a good setup. I'm sort of quite pleased that we've got this. It feels like, I feel like we've earned this as well. You know, there's a lot of work gone into getting this thing. And I'm feeling now like we've actually earned it. And how much do we get for that? That's $690 for that piece right there. So we've earned off of that tree well over $1,000 for that tree. Which, in the grand scheme of things, is not a huge amount of money. But it's not too bad. It's not too bad. You know, there's worse things that have happened to us. So next, I want... What am I going to do now? We've got a couple more of those trees up over there that we will eventually want to do something with, but I don't actually want to do something with just yet. No, the next thing that I want to do is I actually want to take out one of these over here. These trees that are lying down, I'm going to have a go at removing one of these. So we come over here, and we need to find where the stump is in the ground. Where is it actually classing this as a stump? It looks like I can go all the way back down here, but I don't know if this is classed as a tree stump above this point or not. Ah. Right, well that helps. And then I'm going to do this while it's... No. I'll do that back at the yard because it's closer. So, how do we do this? I could try and... Thing is, this one's the wrong way round. It's the wrong way round at the moment, and it's going to make it a bit more tricky for me. So how can I do this? I can take several trees at once. I know that much. And I'm sort of thinking a number of fir trees all at once could be a nice little bit of a money earner. Just, you know, something to spin us a little bit of extra cash. Is always going to be good. Now, we were getting thousands per branch per log last time from some of these. We're going to get a rough idea of like the 8 meters, and that's going to be another tricky thing. So what I'd like to do is I'd actually like to cut down a few of these trees. If I can cut down 3 or 4 of them, I'm thinking dragging 4 at once back to the yard is the way to go. That's what we're going to try and do. So I get that one right there. Of course, the tricky bit seems to be that they're all falling the wrong way. Maybe I should be cutting them if I cut that way. I think it cuts in the direction that I think it falls in the direction I push the chainsaw. Unless that tree is like... Alright, that's actually handy to know. Unless the tree is something like unusual about it, it's falling in the direction that I'm pushing with the chainsaw. So this one is always going to fall to our left. Unless the tree is leaning and it's got something else, it's going to fall to our left. Which, if I'd known that before I started, I probably could have felled some of these trees a little bit better than this. So let's do that. Fell that one to our left. And then we've got to try and maneuver some of them round. And I am thinking that it would probably be a better idea if we just clean them up where they are, because it's going to be more difficult to try and pull them around. With all of these branches on. We're not going to be able to see what we're doing. It's just going to be an absolute nuisance. So if I clean all of these off here, we'll have to come back through and clean them another time. And it's just going to take us a little bit longer to pick up the wood chips, that's all. It's not the end of the world. We can cope. We're big boys now. Frithgar's a big boy. He can cope with this. Go through there. And also, it's going to make it easier for me to actually see what I'm doing. There's, yeah, there's a... I really have... I'm running through this blind at the moment. I'm genuinely struggling to sort of see what I'm doing with some of this. Come up through here. Oop, no. Don't go cutting them down either. I think I've done that one, so I want to go down this one here. There we go. And run along you like that. And then I got another one up here. Keep pulling these down. I think really, if we're going to be taking down some of the fir trees, we want to be doing this from close to the yard. Because that way we've already got an area there that's opened up. So it's the only one that we're going to do from here. If we do this, we'll do another lot of these. And I think we'll try and do these from close to the yard. But maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to find ourselves something that'll speed this job up. I don't think there is anything to speed it up. We can get... There's various stump grinders and tree cutters. Most of which I don't get on very well with. One thing that I was asked if I could use, which I have tried using in the past, and I was not able to get the thing to work at all. Let me show you a minute. In the skid steer loaders here, so we got that one. I mean, these are out of our price range a bit at the moment. But there's a stump cutter there, which is alright, and you got that log fork there. But you've got this one right here. This, you can cut down the tree with it, and this one, it grabs hold of the tree and cuts down. I couldn't get that to work. I spent ages trying to get this thing to work, and I couldn't get it to do it. I really genuinely struggled with it. But it automatically cuts down the tree. But I didn't really see any benefit to it. I genuinely didn't see any real benefit to using it, because it ended up just being hard work. No matter which way I used it, what I did with it, it still ended up not really working quite the way that I was hoping it would. And, yeah, I couldn't get it to work very well. It just didn't seem to want to cooperate with me and allow me to, like, fell the trees properly. I struggled to get it to grip the trees in the first place, and I really, really didn't get on with it. So I don't know if anybody else uses those and they actually find them to be acceptable. And if you do, what am I doing wrong? Give me some tips. Help me out here a bit. Go on. I dare you. I dare you to help me out. Now, that's that. So I can go there with that one. And I'll go there with that one as well. And then I've got... Well, I don't have any others at the moment. So I've got 2 chains on there. We'll try and haul those up this way a bit. If I switch over a minute and we lower that one down into the ground like that. Switch it on and start winching. So that is going to pull a couple of those logs back this way. I'll press shift a minute so it speeds it up. And stop right there a second. No, we won't. We'll worry about that in a minute. So haul these up this way. Now I'm going to stop, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out this way here and I'm going to get the chainsaw. I'm going to cut these again there and take off the rest of those. Right, now I've got those 2 on there. I might be able to put another one on this one here. Yes, I can. It's a bit short, but it does fit. So then I got 2 lots onto that one. So we go back into here and start pulling these up. Yeah, that's working. That's working quite well. We drag that one round. Of course, the main problem is going to be when I try to move the rest of them. So that comes up to there. That's as close as I can get to it. But what I need to do now, I think, is that if I lift that one and then I back this one up. Oh. It's pushing it. Pretty sure why it's pushing the other ones, but it does seem to be. Shift B to remove all the chains. So then I come back over here and I put chain on there. And I also put the chain on there. And I also put the chain on there. So that comes out from the middle. So we got multiple chains on there. I'd kind of like that one as well. I don't know if I can pick this tree up. Okay, I have superhuman strength. I didn't realize it, but I actually have superhuman strength. So we're going to bring this tree here and dump that one down like that. I'm actually going to drag it along this way a bit more and put it to there. And then I'm going to put another one on there like that. So now I've got 4 trees right here. And I'm going to start trying to move these trees. I need to bring it round like that. So I got one there that's kind of wedged upwards. And then I got all the rest that are moving at very strange angles. Is this what I'm supposed to be doing with this one? Am I treating this one badly? I'm not sure. I feel like I'm doing this right. I genuinely, I do. I feel like I'm doing the right thing here. But I'm also fairly certain that someone's going to tell me that I've done this completely wrong. Because they're not wedged up tight against that bar. Against, like, the plate. So I'm also equally certain that I've done something horribly wrong, and I'm going to be told off. Go there. Right, I'll take all those chains off. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. I want to go on a little bit further. Stop. Now I want to turn it off. Jump out, and we're going to go back over here. So, I can pick this tree up. But I'm not going to, because I want to bring this one round and over here. I am very strong. I am very, very strong. The amount of the trees that I can move is quite impressive, really. So I'll bring that one there, and I'll bring that one down a bit. Put you in there like that. Is that right? We'll come up to this end. There, like that. There, like that. Right. Now, where is 8 meters? There is a tape measure mod that you can get. I do not have this tape measure mod. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut these right in half right here. And I'm going to assume that that's going to be enough. So we're going to go like that. I'm going to cut them right here. I'm just hoping that this is actually going to be enough. And I don't need to do any more than that. So chop that one through there. And then I'll move forward a bit, and I'll cut that one through there. Just like that. Now, you over here, there's another there. I can just do that and trim a little bit off of that one. So I got 6 branches here that I should now be able to just chuck straight into the water, and they should be about the right size for the maximum amount of money. Because if you put the whole thing in, it's too long, and you get penalized. So you don't want to put the whole thing in, but you do want to cut them a bit. You can't just leave them as they are. So there's $200. And sling that one in as well. $206. And this one here gets me $220. And then we've got these 3. Now, I suppose really what I should have done was cut 2 of them up and chucked in the final one whole. That is $500. So we've got roughly $700 per tree. Not quite exactly, but close enough. There, 480. So yeah, we're pretty much on $700 per tree for the smaller ones, which, quite frankly, is not bad. That is a much better return than those big trees that we were working on. The deciduous ones, those were a bit of a nuisance. So we'll chop you down. And now this one, I'm not really sure what to do about this tree, because I'm not really sure how long I need it to be. I'm going to sort of... Yeah, well, where are we going to cut? I want 8 meters-ish. Problem is, I don't have any 8-meter logs left from when I was using the tree scorpion. And I got no way of measuring out 8 meters either, because the bloke in the garage is not selling me 8 meters of tree. Right. I'm certain that I'm a lot stronger than I used to be. I'm certain I never used to be able to carry this much. Now, is that too long? This is the question. This one here isn't. This one I can chuck in just as it is. But my big concern is that that one there may be a little bit too long. This one I'm not going to be able to pick up. Oh, okay, I can. I think maybe because the tree is rotten, it's allowing me to pick it up. Maybe that's what it is. But I have 340 for the other one. Let's just bring this one back a minute and see how this compares in length. So that was definitely shorter. It is thicker. We know that. So let's chuck you in. Oh, no, it doesn't want to chuck, but it will eventually. There we go. Right, we drop that one in. That's 1,500 for that one. This one here, I think this one's going to be too long. It's longer than the other one by a couple of meters. 1,370. The only real thing that we can do to test that is to cut the trees of the same height and then run some like tests between them. And what have we got? Actually, look, we've got 2 dead trees over there. We've got some live ones over here. And we've also got some short ones here. We got 3 short ones right here. So what I could do is cut these down, because I think these are similar to the ones that we were doing just now. So I can cut that one right there. And then after I've cut this one, we cut 2 more, and then we want to drag these back over. So we can cut them, you know, if I was to spin round and do it that way, they would fall in the right direction. Yeah, that's you know, I realise there's a bit of a novelty, me actually using my head before I start slicing and dicing. But yeah, I figured why not? We'll do it just for something different. So it's that tree there that I want. Just come out that way and down here and chop you off down here. So we'll cut that one, and then I'm going to go through, I'm going to strip the branches off. So we're going to, one of these we're going to chuck in whole, and then the other 2 we're going to cut in half. Pretty much roughly in half. There, just go up through there like that, and I should be able to pick it up whole. Yes, I can. Go in like that. Right, it's not easy because of the other trees in the way. I'm just wondering if it's going to be quicker to try and run through like that, or if it's going to be quicker to actually go and get the track. No, I think it's actually going to be quicker just to do this. I just pick them up and run them back through. So this one here is, well, we get all 3 of them and line them up over here. And I think it is actually going to be quicker to physically just run them along this time and drop them down here. So there is tree numero 1. And then we can go back over here and get tree numero 2. That's that one there. And then I got another one that I've already stripped all the branches off, which will be the final one. So let me just go along here and quickly do this a minute. I'm curious how much we're going to end up getting for all of the wood chips that we've got down here, because we've got a lot of wood chips around here now. I think we're going to do fairly well out of wood chips. It does depend how much we get per load. I mean, like $1,000 per load is not the greatest amount of money, but when you consider that we are on hard mode and it's going to be a lot more difficult for us to earn any money at all, I'm hoping that silage is what's going to make the difference. I'm hoping that getting some bales of silage is going to make a significant difference to what we've got right now. So let me just quickly cut these up through here. There we go. Right, I got 2 of them there. 2 of them ready and waiting. We got 1 more over here, which I think is already completely stripped down. We get that one and we'll bring that one back, and then that is going to be it for today's episode. And in tomorrow's episode, I think we might, well, there's 2 things that we want to be getting, and 2 things that we want to be getting very soon. One is the stump grinder, so that we can start clearing some of this land to make it easier to move some of these other trees. And the other is going to be that Joskin, link box. We're going to have the second-hand Joskin link box, and we're going to use that one for experimenting, well, for picking up all the wood chips, and that's going to earn us a little bit more money. And then we can keep working on clearing all of these trees. So I'm going to just bring that one there and bring you up like that. And we want to go roughly in the middle again, like this. So cut through that first one there, and then I've got 1 more. And we'll chuck them all in. So we'll just bring you forward a bit. Come on. There we go. That one. So that's that last bit done. There we go. And we can start chucking them in. So this should, if I've cut it in the right place, be around about $200. That is 193. That's close enough. So then we can take this one here as well. And we chuck that one in. That one there. The second one, that one was 180. So this one here. This one is roughly 490. So just under $700 a tree for these. And we grab you right there. About between $650 and $700 per tree for those. If I can actually get it in the water. There we go. All right. And that was just over 500 for that one. That's not bad. Okay. So we are looking at $650 to $700 per tree if I cut them in half. Chuck in the whole tree, all clean, and it's 571. So we're taking quite a penalty if we don't cut them. We're gaining an additional, well, 570. So it's probably an extra $100-ish for cutting those in half. That does actually seem to be worth a bother. Right, we're on $11,200, which is doing pretty well. We're going to need, what do we want next? So we've got two things that we want to get next. We've got, first up is going to be that one there. That's 5,000. And we also want the Joskin thingy in here. No, it's not in here at all. It's back this way. It's under tippers in here, and it's up here. It's one of the very first mods. That one right there. And we don't want new. We want used. 4,500. We do need the loading wall to add in some extra. Extension grid and loading wall I don't think makes any difference to capacity. I think it's just a visual. And if you look here, it's 4,000 liters. Yeah, so we want the loading wall and we want that used. So it's 4,650. We can get both. We've actually got enough money now to get both. We can get both the Joskin link box. We're gathering up the wood chips and the stump grinder as well for clearing of some of these stumps. And yeah, we'll get that in our next episode, and then we can also, once we've cleared, we won't worry about going over the other end and clearing those stumps just yet, but we can clear these down here, and we can start doing some other stuff. These, I cut a few of these a little bit high off the ground, didn't I? Stump grinder's going to struggle with that. But anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And we'll just run this one over and chuck it into the water so you can see how much we get for it. I'm guessing about $12. $60. Okay, well, that was quite a bit better than I thought. Yeah, until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.